Police and gunmen trade bullets in Mountain View, while authorities ask public to be aware of fake public health inspectors. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The Jamaica Association of Public Health Inspectors, JAPHI, has called for the relevant authorities to take strong action against two men who impersonated members of the profession at a recently reopened Crab Circle eatery. President of Jaffe, Michael Miles, said that this misrepresentation is a breach of the Council of Professions Supplementary to Medicine Act and regulations and requires necessary intervention and sanctions. He has condemned the growing trend of people impersonating public health inspectors, noting that this compromises the health and safety of the public. Mr. Miles urged the public to be vigilant in identifying imposters and report any suspicious activities to the police. He also appealed for people to immediately desist from this practice. In the meantime, one of the impersonators was identified as Randy Buck, and the other fake public health inspector was identified as Chuck Star in a video which has been posted to the Instagram page of Cashment Entertainment, seemingly boasting about the deception. And from the video, it also appears that the men visited other food establishments dressed in the brown pants and beige shirts of public health inspectors, where they presented fake identification cards. One of the employees at one of the restaurants visited by the men recognized that their identification card was fake and notified authorities. Meanwhile, members of the security forces are keeping a close watch on sections of Mountain View in St. Andrew following a reported confrontation between the security forces and gunmen yesterday morning. Sections of Saunders Avenue and Jarrett Lane remains tense following the fatal shooting of a resident of the community during a joint security operation. Indicom Commissioner Hugh Faulkner said that the deceased is 32-year-old Navern Edwards of 72 Mountain View Avenue, and it's reported that the man was among a group of men who engaged the security forces in a shootout between Saunders Avenue and Jarrett Lane. Two members of the security forces were shot in the incident and are being treated. According to head of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, said sometime after 4 a.m. the police, acting on information, went to 72 Lane in the Mountain View area in search of a wanted man, Demar Williams. Williams, also known as Kai Kai or Baby Killer, is one of the 8 prisoners who escaped from the Black River Police lockup in June. When the security forces arrived at the 72 Lane in Mountain View, Williams and his cronies reportedly engaged the police in a shootout. The shooting resulted in the death of Edwards. The main target escaped. While still at the scene, the officers came under attack from gunmen in the Warwick Hill area, causing injury to 2 members of the security forces. Residents of Mountain View Avenue staged a fiery protest yesterday morning, accusing members of the Jamaica Defense Force of using excessive force against onlookers. And the protest disrupted commuters, including students who were going about their business. The roadblock was later cleared by the security forces. Meanwhile, 2 police corporal and a constable were freed in the Supreme Court when a jury was formally directed to return a not guilty verdict concerning the 2016 wounding and killing of Jamar Walford. On trial were Corporals Ramon Scott, Gregory South, as well as Constable Dwayne Kelly James. The prosecutors led evidence from an investigation by the Independent Commission of Investigations that Walford was shot and killed near his premises at 70 Bond Street, Kingston on May 27 in 2016. Presented with ballistics and forensic evidence, Indicom investigators had theorized that Corporal South and Constable Kelly James had shot and injured Walford, while Corporal Scott administered the fatal shot on premises nearby when Walford attempted to flee. 2 witnesses testified that they had seen a number of police enter the premises and had heard explosions soon after, but were unable to say which officer shot Mr. Walford. All 3 officers claimed that they were acting in self-defense when Walford opened fire on them. A Taurus revolver and an AK-47 was said to have been recovered from that scene. The security forces are also investigating the robbery of a remittance outlet in Linstead in St. Catherine on the weekend that was captured on video showing the perpetrators wearing clothing resembling police and soldiers' uniform. And the incident reported occurred at a drugstore about 3 p.m. on Saturday. Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, who is in charge of the JCF's Corporate Communications Unit, said there is an active investigation into this matter. The Jamaica Defense Force also has said it is also conducting necessary checks to verify if the uniforms used in the incident are its property. The JDF said it will assist the police in bringing the perpetrators to justice. Meanwhile, the Kingston Central Police believe that the murder of two brothers in downtown Kingston on Sunday morning is related to a conflict between rival gangs in the area. Sunday's double murder claimed the lives of 34-year-old Christopher Palmer, an entertainer who goes by the stage name Venom, and his brother 42-year-old Kirk Palmer. Their killing is said to have stemmed from the November 13 murder of another man from that same area. That individual was reportedly linked to the Spanglers gang, and his murder was believed to have been carried out by men attached to the Chauncey Lane gang, police sources have indicated. Since then, there have been several reprisal attacks, according to sources. The two brothers were shot and killed at a stall on Beckford Street, while a third man was shot and injured during the incident. And over in Westmoreland, hours after a man was shot and killed in White House in Westmoreland on Monday evening, another man was gunned down in Cave Hill in the parish. The deceased has been identified by his alias Scott. While the police were busy processing that crime scene in White House, they were called about another murder in a neighboring community. And reports are that about 6 p.m. Scott stopped to remove a tool from the trunk of his station wagon when a bike rode up and the assailant fired multiple shots hitting him to his upper body. He died on the scene. Westmoreland, St. James, and St. Catherine continues to be the coffin maker's dream as the mayhem continues in those parishes. Onto sports, reggae girls Khadija Bonishaw exhibited her impressive scoring abilities on Sunday, achieving a first hat-trick leading Manchester City to a commanding 7-0 victory against Tottenham Hotspurs in the English Women's Super League. Shaw's hat-trick increased her season's total to 6 goals, tying her with Chelsea Lauren James and Tottenham Martha Thomas as the competition's current top scorers. She netted her first goal in the 23rd minute, followed by a second in the 32nd minute, and completed her hat-trick in the 38th minute. Onto Premier League, Dunbeholden FC won back-to-back games in the Jamaica Premier League after beating last-place Mullines United 2-1 in the second game of a doubleheader at the Stadium East complex on Sunday. Meanwhile, in the first game, Javier Brown scored a double to lead Veer United to a 4-1 beating of promoted Limehall Academy. And in other games last night, Portmore United and Tivoli Gardens played to a 0-0 draw, and the draw moved Portmore United to second in the standings with 11 points, while Tivoli moved to fifth with 10 points. Humber Lions meantime pick up their third win following a 1-0 win over Waterhouse at Stadium East, and that win pushed Humber Lions into the top 4 with 11 points, while Waterhouse drop out of the top 4 as they remain on 10 points. And in schoolboys football, the Champions Cup continues today with Clarendon College facing Hydel, while Glenmore will face Kingston College. And both winners today will play the finals, which is slated for December 2nd. And if you ever missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and please subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I gone.